Hey, today I'm talking about 3 animated Disney films, all from the 60s. And the names of those 3 films are 101 Dalmatians, The Jungle Book, and The Sword in the Stone. First up is 101 Dalmatians. This is a 1961 film that I was definitely a fan of as a child. Oh my god. Look at it. Look at it. I still have this. It's like 25 years old. No, it's like 30 years old. This is definitely like 30 years old. So I kind of went into this with high expectations because, you know, if 5-year-old Charlie enjoyed this, surely 33-year-old Charlie would also enjoy it. And yep, no, I loved this movie. It was so freaking good. The basic premise that you think of when you think of this movie is that there's a whole bunch of Dalmatians and Cruella de Vil wants to skin all of them to make a bunch of fur coats. But no, that's not the actual premise of this movie. It's a metaphor about Jews escaping concentration camps. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's so good. I mean, obviously, like, the very plain text plot is what I said, you know, Cruella de Vil wants the puppies. But yeah, no, it has such similar vibes to Life is Beautiful and, like, The Great Escape, where it's just, like, this very incredibly dire situation. Well, it's a kid's movie, so it has a happier ending, but it's very clearly coded as, this is World War II. It's set in the 60s, but it's, like, the network of dogs. I forget what it's called, the late night dog bark thing, midnight bark, something like that. That's clearly just like the French resistance, and the puppies make comments about like how they're beaten and stuff when they're in the care of Horace and Jasper. Yeah, they get to watch a little TV, but like, yeah, no, that's a concentration camp. I know what a concentration camp looks like, and that house is it. Even if there wasn't that incredible metaphor, which works so well. Everything about it just is so great. Like, I love all the characters, I love the character designs. They tried a different style of animation that was cheaper, but it still works because it has a very like soft jazz vibe to it. It's more loosey-goosey, and that works for the aesthetic. Especially too, because like they still have a lot of incredible detail, especially in the background. So even though they did something kind of cheaper, it didn't feel cheap because it felt correct for the style of film that they were trying to make. And like Pongo and Perdita are just like such great strong leads. They do focus a bit more on Pongo, but I don't know. They actually have a lot of women in this, and that was really nice. So yeah, no, everything about it was just fun. It was good. The puppies had so much character. So yeah, no, I loved this movie a lot and wholeheartedly recommend it, especially if you're an adult. I mean, I definitely have nostalgia goggles for it, but like, dude, no, it's great. It's so good. It's got a fantastic metaphor. I love it a lot. And yeah, no, definitely, it's worth a watch. Next up is The Jungle Book. This is a 1967 film, and I also really loved this movie a lot as a kid. I don't have a sleeping bag for it though. I in particular really loved Baloo and his philosophy, the bare necessities. The basic premise of this is there's a little boy whose family dies, and he gets brought up by some wolves, but then when he gets to be 10, there's this tiger coming to town who's gonna kill him, so they need to take him back to the man village. And I really don't know what to make of this film. The first half of it is really just like stuff happening to Mowgli. They just go from like, he walks to the next scene and then a new character show up and do stuff to him or at him, and then the scene ends and then he goes to the next scene and the same thing. It's just and then and then and then. There's no like cause and effect. The exciting incident is him leaving to go back to the human village, and he doesn't want to do that. And there is this ever-present fear of Shere Khan showing up and killing him. But I don't know, it just felt kind of loose and aimless. I also don't really know what they're trying to say with this story. Like, Mowgli doesn't go on a character arc. He starts off very strong and caring and courageous. Like, he doesn't learn courage. Like, he faces a lot of perilous things head on immediately. And then you got Bagheera, who's the one who saved him in the beginning, but he feels kind of really racist because he's just like, yo, you gotta live with your own kind. You can't live with us anymore. And it kind of seemed like maybe his journey was going to be that he learned that no, interracial stuff is totally fine. But the movie doesn't end that way. The movie ends with a 10-year-old boy being horny for a cute girl. So he got exactly what he wanted. So what is this movie trying to say? What is it trying to do? I don't know. There's definitely moments that I enjoyed. All the stuff with King Louie was a lot of fun, even though it's racist. Baloo was great. I enjoyed the snake more than I thought I would. But I don't know. I didn't really connect to it that much. I liked it. I guess I would say I enjoyed it. I was entertained enough, but like, it just kind of felt hollow and toothless. So yeah, I don't know. Would I recommend it? I don't think I would. It reminds me a lot of Disney's Robin Hood movie from around this time, just because that one also is just like, what even is that movie? So yeah, nah, I don't think I'd recommend it. And lastly is The Sword and the Stone. This is a 1963 film, and the basic premise is this is the legend of King Arthur, but mostly focuses on the hijinks of Merlin. Again, I have no idea what this movie is about, what it's trying to do, because it seemed like Merlin was going to teach Arthur, or Wart as he's called for some reason, about like how to be a knight, how to be a king, how to be a warrior. But he really doesn't. He just turns them into different animals, and then hijinks ensue. Like there's an extended sequence where a girl squirrel really wants to this 10-year-old boy. And I'm like, what are you trying to do? What is the point of this? Someone not taking no for an answer is funny? Is that what it is? And I kind of figured, you know, he'd learn lessons with each of these little vignettes, but he doesn't, as far as I can tell. If he does, I completely missed it. I also really didn't care for Arthur the character. I also really didn't care for Merlin. And then Merlin, he was just kind of all over the place. And I know he was based on Walt Disney, and that's fun, I guess. But like, yeah, no, it really wasn't my vibe. I'm probably gonna get some flack for this, because this one's more loved than I was anticipating. But like, it really just did not work for me. I think what could have helped it if there was like more of a through line, like with The Jungle Book, how there was early established this threat of Shere Khan showing up. So like with this one, the threat of that lady showing up, or just like talk of her, or just anything. Or like instead of just like random hijinks, like more clear, definitive what's happening, what's going to happen. Maybe character arcs, something like that. I'm not the biggest King Arthur guy, so if you are, you could probably get something more out of this than I did. That being said though, I still really didn't care for it, so I really wouldn't recommend it. Even though I know a lot of people do like it, I'd still, nah. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got 101 Dalmatians sitting at number 14 in the really like section. And then after that is The Jungle Book sitting at number 87 in the liked section. And then bringing up the rear is The Sword and the Stone sitting at number 107 in the didn't like section. And this is a total of 114 old movies so far this year.